Do we just want to hop in? We can just hop in. So, in lieu, I have not been able to play Helldivers 2 for the past month because my computer is dead. However, I love Helldivers 2. And there is an update on Helldivers 2. And it's honestly, how many of you guys play Helldivers? In chat, tell me. Because I would love to know the numbers of exactly who's playing Helldivers. I've played at least, I would say at this point, before my computer broke, 35 odd hours into it, which is a good amount. Because normally I don't like games as a service style games. So this is like one of the few and only that has really even remotely grabbed me. But yeah, it's been a great game. It's been actually my favorite game release, as in full game release, not early access. Full game release of 2024, bar none. In my opinion, it is the best game release, and it's because of the devs are very passionate. The community is, in the vast majority, very, very awesome. I've had very, very few negative experiences. It is a games as a service, but it is the best games as a service that came out. There's very little, there's no egregious monetization. I don't have to spend an extra single dime except for the price of entry because they throw premium currency at you. There's a lot of really good things. And the memes of Helldivers 2 is great as well. There's a lot of really good things and excellent gameplay. Like really, like stylization. The style of the game is really good. The gameplay is really good. It's just a fun game, right? However, we have some bad news. Even with a good game, even with a great game, sometimes and some in some egregious circumstances, a game's publisher or the company that is behind the game, as in this case the game's publisher, will make a boneheaded decision which will ruin the goodwill. And that is what is happening tonight. So let's read the discussion first. Let's read the statement, and then we'll discuss chat. Do not worry. Helldivers 2 account linking update. Attention, Helldivers! Due to the technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below in this post. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security. And by the way, guys, this sentence we'll be going back to because this sentence is particularly hilarious. Provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6th, which is 2 days away, all new Helldivers players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and be required to have a linked Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th, which is essentially exactly a month from today. PlayStation Network accounts are free and easy to set up using this link, blah. We understand that while this is an inconvenience to some of you, this step will help us to continue to build a community that you'll all be proud of. Many thanks to your continued support of Helldivers 2, Sony Interactive Entertainment. Now, guys, I want you to know that I hate this. Just straight up, we'll start with it. I hate this. I hate everything about this. And we're going to talk about every single reason why. Do not worry. And Rochelle, welcome. It's so good to see you. Moondrake's welcome. So we'll start with first. Okay, yeah, this was the post on Twitter. This is where I found out about it today. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, this is going to be great. This is going to be a great discussion. Now, very sad, first of all. By the way, I do not want any hate to be directed towards Piestedt, who's the head of Arrowhead Studios, or Arrowhead. This is not an Arrowhead decision. This is not a decision by the CEO of Arrowhead. This is the CEO of Arrowhead. These guys are why this game is good. This is why it is a good game right now. What this is an issue of is Sony Interactive Entertainment. There's a reason the person who signs at the end here is not Arrowhead. It is not Piestedt. it is Sony Interactive Entertainment. So I want that to be known first. I just, a lot of times everyone lashes out to the devs and everything like that, and that's not really the way to do this. Now, there are some things that are going on great. We'll talk about some of that, Arden Die. Also, I've not heard him do anything. I've heard the community managers have been doing some weird shit, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, so that is one thing, and he's saying right in the review score, he knows it's true. I guess it's warranted. Sorry for everyone for how this transpired. I hope we all will make it up and regain the trust by providing a continued great game experience. I just want to make great games. I actually have no doubt about this. Send them to me. I have really no doubt about this. Honestly, this reads like a big issue that he and Arrowhead Studios have been forced into by Sony. And this is not the first time this has happened. This is the first time it's happened with Sony, because this is the first games as a service Sony's ever made that is actually, playable and on more than one console, as in like on PC and everything. So that's kind of why this issue has come up. And now there's been several different points of discussion about this. First of all, a lot of people are saying, hey, we shouldn't have to be able to do this. We were never told about this. This is unfortunately not true. On the Steam page, and I'll bring up the Steam page right now, I can confirm with you that I did see this way back when Helldivers first came out. Let's just go to the Helldivers, the Helldivers page that is live right now on Steam, and I'll tell you what I know is the facts, and there are some serious facts, and it's important to know all of the context, and I will always give you all of the context, no matter what. I was not actually born in 1979. I just don't like to put my real information. And that is one reason that I really hate a lot of this stuff. Because, a lot of times you're forced to give your real information to multiple different logins. And that's a big issue. And we'll talk about why that is a big issue in just a few minutes as well. So here's what it is. Incorporates third-party DRM. That's always been there. Requires third-party account. PlayStation Network supports linking the Steam account. This was always there. I just want you guys to know, facts being facts. I will never give you guys bullshit. I will never make things up. I will always give you the raw truth. This was always here. However, it doesn't matter. Because like the PlayStation discussion said at the very beginning, this was temporarily optional. And what everyone needs to remember is, if something is temporarily optional, it can always be made permanently optional. This is not a requirement for any other reason except for the fact that Sony wants to make this a requirement. Now, this leads to some of the other issues that have been going on. Yeah, you ain't making no PSN. I have a PlayStation, so I already have a PSN. However, even though it's no issue for me, I feel like no one should have to make a PSN. I should not have to link my PSN. My PSN is not linked to the Helldivers because I play Helldivers on Steam. I should not have to link my PSN at all in any way, shape, or form. I think it's a dog shit idea to do it. So this is one of the community managers. This is the community manager for Helldivers, and his statement reads, and this is on his official Discord. It's not like the first or even 14th mainstream game to require a third-party account that takes a couple of minutes to create, but if it's a deal breaker, to have to take 120 seconds out of your day to enter an email and password and then forget about it, change your Steam review, and make your displeasure known on a platform where it matters. Now, it's funny because he's trying to be snarky, right? And we can all tell, we can all see the tone, and we can all see, like, he's frustrated, he's trying to lash out the community a little bit for making this such a big issue where he feels it shouldn't be one. Frankly, he gave us the right idea, guys. Like, he didn't mean to do it, but this is exactly what everyone on Steam is doing. So you look at the reviews and, oh my god. It went from I would say, like, straight up, like, this is mostly positive because it's mixing all the reviews. But before today, this number was like 80 to 85% positive. Something, I don't know the exact numbers, but it was, the line was very good, and it's because it's a good game. However, today, dropped down to 39%. Look at that. Is there a way to bring up the chart? I think there's a way, right? There's usually a place to find the chart for the positive and negative reviews. Ah, here it is. Show graph. There it is. Ooh, Barracuda. Look at that. Ooh, man. Holy shit. Let me move my head. There we go. You know what this, guys, do you know what this graph tells me? This graph tells me one very important thing, especially this graph right here. I wish I could zoom in. Is there a way to zoom in? Can I do this? No. I was trying to zoom in on it. This tells me one important thing. There is a life lesson I want everyone to know. And I've said this life lesson before. You can be a bricklayer all your life. But as soon as you suck one dick, you're not known as a bricklayer. You're known as a dick sucker. You can be a good game for 3 months that everyone loves. But as soon as you make a boneheaded decision, or your publisher in this case makes a boneheaded decision, and your entire goodwill is ruined, it's gone. Like, this is not changing anytime soon. And everyone made their voices heard. You know, the community manager tried to be snarky, tried to be a little snarky bitch, and try to say, hey, if you want to make, if you want to, you know, say something, if you feel so strongly about it, change your Steam review. Guess what? People did. People did in droves, and it's important because this is what matters. I want you to know also that while everyone thinks that Sony is going to stick by this, if everyone sticks on this road of shit talking Sony, changing their Steam reviews, asking for refunds, these are the correct ways to do it. Don't shit talk the devs. Don't harass anyone. That's not going to do anything good. It's only gonna do bad stuff. There's no reason to do it. The devs do not deserve the hate. However, changing your Steam review, asking for a refund en masse, and you know, pointing out the legalities, which I will point out very soon. Do not worry. We have ammunition in droves to support our defense in not having to do this bullshit. It is important to know that companies are weak, guys. Companies are extremely weak. They will fold if you give them a hard enough time. If a large enough people and a large enough group of people yell and actually put their money where their mouth is, as in asking for refunds, as in sacrificing their ability to play a game that they enjoy, and by this I'm saying myself as well, everyone in here, if we all do this, companies fold all the time. We just saw this last week with Escape from Tarkov. Battlestate Games had a great game that we all loved and was enjoying and really, really having a lot of fun with for a very, very long time, as an Escape from Tarkov. And they came out with Pay to Win. We had massive community backlash for over a week. People were refunding. People were raging. Dozens and dozens of videos were made. People quit the game. Cheaters were targeting people who bought the extended version account, whatever thing, and everything, to the point that, guess what? Almost not a full retreat, but almost a full retreat happened. After, you know, BSG and Battlestate Games and Nikita, the head of Battlestate Games, tried to double down over and over again. But eventually they folded. People fold. Companies fold. Because guess what? Line go down? That's bad. And the reason Sony is doing this, let's talk about something very important, guys. Why is Sony doing this dog shit decision? Why? Money. And the reason is right now there is probably what, like, let's estimate, I don't know the exact numbers. If someone has a chart, please send it to me, because I'm just guessing at the numbers. That, like, I would say that the PlayStation players of the game are probably only about 30%. The amount of people who play it on PC is probably close to like 60-70% almost. And you know, there's of course some overlap between those. But yeah, this is a very, very, very important thing. The PlayStation Network and Sony wants those players who play on PC, who play on even Xbox, they want to bring them over the PlayStation Network. There's a little interesting marketing ploy. A lot of games do this. And it's basically any games as a service game will do this in various different ways. Sometimes it's not egregious, sometimes it's extremely egregious. Where if there is a in-game monetary store for microtransactions, they will make you go to that store for something completely free. So they'll give you some free credits. It'll be a free skin, an emote, whatever. Games do this all the time. And the reason they do that is even though they're giving you something free, I mean, it's literally just a skin. It costs them barely anything to make it. Even though you're getting something for free, it makes you go onto that store. And it is in psychology lectures. It is in game development GDC discussions that game developers know if you go to a shop, even for something completely free, you are a percentage, and it's like a hefty percentage, it's like 15% more likely to start spending money on that network store. The PlayStation Network is no different. That is exactly what they're trying to do here. This is literally a cash grab. And this is also a cash grab in a different way. Because right now, the PlayStation Network numbers, the people who are PSN members, is actually failing. They're not doing well. Because Xbox has Xbox Game Pass, and Xbox Game Pass is just better than the PlayStation Network in every way. So people who are on PC, a lot of them have Xbox Game Pass. People who are on PC, very few of them have a PlayStation Network to go do the PlayStation Live or whatever it's called. Because it's just like not even close to being in any way, shape, or form as good as Xbox Game Pass. I've said it before, I said it again, Xbox Game Pass is easily one of the best deals in gaming of all time. I don't even have an Xbox. I don't even have Xbox Game Pass, but a lot of the games I play, like for example, Manor Lords, just came out for free on Xbox Game Pass. It's like $8 a month or whatever, $10 a month or whatever, and you get like, Jesus Christ, it's like 170 games or whatever. It's insane, and like new games all the time. It's like, oh my god, it's such a good deal. If I had an Xbox, if I needed those games, I didn't buy them all just to support the devs, I would probably get Xbox Game Pass, even though I don't have an Xbox. It's like one of those kind of crazy deals. PlayStation, like I said, is lying behind that department, and they know it. They know that the only reason that they're even in this race is because the PlayStation has exclusivity, and the PlayStation as a console is selling like hotcakes. Like, people buy PlayStations, they really do. They don't buy Xboxes nearly in the same numbers. It's just a fact of life. So what they're trying to do is make their number go up. They know that they're hitting quarterly ends, and they want their line for PlayStation numbers to go up. PlayStation Network number go up. They get happy. Shareholders get happy. That is the only reason they're doing this, guys. Those two reasons. So I just want to give you some background on the why. And Gold, buddy, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you. And the lovely LZ, how are you doing, my friend? It's so good to see you. But yeah, now we talked about the why Sony is doing this. Now let's talk about the next section. Why is this a problem? Why is it a problem to make your PSN network login? Why is it a problem for, requiring Steam members and Xbox members and anyone who isn't a PlayStation Network member already to make this account? Or why is it a problem for people to connect their Steam and PSN networks accounts? Why is it a problem? We'll get into that right now. Here's one issue as well. This is a little bit of a little diatribe. I kind of forgot to say this. I should have said this earlier. But this is an issue of why this was not necessary and should not be necessary. And LZ, the lovely LZ, is a lawyer, so I might borrow your brain here for this. Because this is legal. This is a legal issue for PlayStation, I think. And they could say all the live long day that they, in their EULA, which is their user license agreement that we all had to sign when we logged in, and over here, that they did say that we need a PSN network. That's true. However, the game for 3 months has been playable without the login. So that's part one. Part two of our defense is, I haven't seen what anyone posted, Seal Zipper. I've been focusing on making the conversation for you guys. So the second part is, if you look at the PlayStation.com website using the Wayback Machine or the web archive, which is what I used. If you go to this, their exact website, just a couple of weeks ago, it'll say it right here. Do I need to sign in to a PSN to play a PlayStation game on PC? Which is the exact same thing here. Signing into PSN is optional when playing a PlayStation game on PC. So right here, it clearly says this. Anyone can look this up right now. You can use the Wayback Machine. You can use web.archive. Whatever you guys want to do. Anything that'll correctly, bring up previous information will have this. And it'll prove it. However, as of today, they changed that legal verbiage. So now on their website, it no longer says that. Whereas it said signing into a PSN is optional when playing a PlayStation game on PC. Now it says some PlayStation games may require you to sign in and link to an account for PSN. You know what I call that, guys? I call that caught in 4 fucking K. These guys are dick sucking right here, my friends. These guys are dick sucking. I'm just going to call it like it is. And PSN requirement in the ULA wasn't until recently. I didn't look at the EULA. I only looked at the website. If you find a screenshot of the previous EULA and the current one, Ardendai, I would love to read it. And Society Buddy, welcome to stream. Welcome to Corey Crew. How are you doing tonight? And Himajima, how are you doing? So good to see you. Gold says, of the 8 million copies the game sold, approximately just over 1 million of the copies were sold in country. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Do not worry. That is in the lexicon. So, the other issue here is that a lot of countries do not even allow you to have a PSN account. This is just you're not able to do it. And thank you for the follow, Society Buddy. I appreciate that. Welcome to Corey Crew. So there is only 69 countries. Nice. Obligatory nice. We have to have that. But there's only 69 countries where you can make a PSN account. And it is a requirement to be able to have sometimes even verification for your PlayStation account in instances where they think you might be, using a VPN or whatever. They can literally ask for your ID. This is on the Sony website. This is not made up stuff. You can look it up. This is real. They can sometimes even ask you to have a facial scan of your face, which is insane, which is absolutely insane. And so all of these 99 countries, all these other countries that are not in the 69 countries, you cannot even make a PSN account. You have to either use a VPN or you have to be literally breaking legality and just illegally making a PSN account, breaking the EULA, breaking your TOS, breaking all kinds of stuff to lie and just to be able to play this game now. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's very clear Sony did not even think this through. And then now going back up to the lovely comment by We Appreciate You So Much, Gold. Gold has the numbers. This is this scope. You might think, countries like Afghanistan? Dude, how many Afghanistanis are playing Helldivers 2? Oh my god. Madagascar? Madagascar is not even a big country. However, look at the list, guys. This is a lot of countries, first of all. And second of all, it doesn't mean that these countries are second-rate citizens. Everyone is a member of Super Earth. It doesn't matter if they're in Egypt. It doesn't matter if they're in Gabon. It doesn't matter if they're in Jamaica or Libya or St. Vincent. Everyone has a right to play this game. Like, it shouldn't matter where they're in. If they paid for the game, they want to play the game, they're buying it legally, they should be allowed to play the game. It doesn't fucking matter. They've been able to play the game for the past few months. They should be able to play the game now. Not after, not having any issues with any of this bullshit with, like, making a PSN account. Not only that, it's not just, like, the smallest countries that are being affected by this. One is Bangladesh. Another one is Sri Lanka. These are countries with hundreds of millions of people, guys. Like, this isn't like small potatoes. This is hundreds of millions of people. Like Morocco is not a small country. Egypt is not a small country. Hell, Estonia is not even in Africa or anything. It is literally a European country. There's European countries, there's Asian countries, there's all kinds of other countries. Because the reason I bring this up is because one of these snarky comments on the Twitters, of course, because Twitter is full of idiots, in my opinion. One of the Sony fanboys was saying, well, you know, it's only like the small countries that are having to deal with it. It's like small African countries. Who cares about them? Not my words. That is their words. Okay, like I think that's bullshit. It's just straight up false. Like, it's just straight up false. Haiti is not in Africa. Jamaica is not in Africa. Shit. You know, like a lot of these, it doesn't even matter if they were in Africa, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them, like, straight up, a lot of them are in Europe. A lot of them are in Asia. A lot of them are huge countries with millions of people. And so with that context, Gold's comment is, of the 8 million copies of Helldivers 2 that is sold, approximately just over 1 million, so 1/8 of the population of the game, which is a very big percentage, were sold in these countries where people are not allowed to make a PSN account. This is a crazy cut to the player base, boys. A crazy, crazy cut. Oh yeah, exactly. Crazy eye. I completely agree with you. The size of the country has nothing to do with the validity of the bullshit. I agree with you, but I'm also saying it even goes beyond that. But very true. So it's both points. So it's like a double whammy. It's like a double whammy. So yeah. Now we have the issue of needing your, you know, they're going to have facial scans of you. Biometric data is being collected by Sony. Possibly your ID, your passport, your ID card, your driver's license. This is ridiculous amounts of information that Sony is asking for some of those countries to verify who you are and whether you're legally allowed to have a PSN account. This is also ridiculous because guess what, guys? Guess what? Sony is not a very safe country to give your not a very safe company to give your data to. They've had a grand total of like an absolute boatload of data breaches, man. They leak like a fucking water sieve, man. Like, they leak like the fucking Titanic. It's ridiculous, man. Holy shit. Who would ever give PSN their information at this point? Arden Dye has another information. Let's see it. Yeah, here we go. So Arden Dye, yeah, exactly. This is a really good comment. I'm not linking my account to PSN. This is the history of their data breaches. So this is some of this information, but here's more. So in this little infographic, Sony data breaches, full timeline through 2023. Even their employees aren't safe. 6,800 employees got their data stolen. Data breach impacted thousands in the US. Stolen data. Hackers were trying to sell the stolen data. Second theft of 25 million more instances of data. Just, it's like an insane number of data breaches, guys. And so here's a little timeline. April of, here, let me see if I can zoom in. I can. Sorry about that. Let me zoom in, guys. Hey, absolutely. Enjoy the good vibes, Anadurt. Good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday. April of 2021. Hackers access personal data of 77 million Sony PlayStation Network users. May of that same year, just 1 month later, personal details of 25 million Sony Online Entertainment customers were again stolen. This is over and above the 77 million, by the way. These are two different instances. And then just the next, man, 2011 was a bad year for Sony, boys. 2011 was an insane year of Sony. Holy shit. Because just a month even later, June, Sony Pictures website was hacked, exposing 1 million account. That was for their movies. Then in November of 2014, hackers stole in 2014 a grand total of 100 terabytes of data from Sony Pictures. This one is pretty huge, actually. This one and the next one, the August of 2017 hacker group accessed Sony's social media accounts. So what happened was with this, I don't know if you guys remember that Sony data breach, but that one was actually like, it was really bad but it was kind of a little bit funny in some morbid way because we found out a lot about like upcoming movies and movie leaks and stuff, like script leaks and so on and so forth from that 2014 data breach. And I mean that sucked, but like as a cinephile, I was like, oh wow, we were learning about like the Deadpool movie, and we're learning about this, and we're learning about that. So it was like one of those like weird issues there. Yeah, Spidey suffered from that breach. Exactly. Yeah, that was a really sad one because yeah, that was a big one affecting Spider-Man. Correct. And then newest. This is newest one. September of 2023. There was an alleged hack as well. They gave no details about it, which is why there was no details about it. Make an Xbox account, play Sea of Thieves on PS5. Why is no one losing their shit? I'll explain why, Reanimator. Hang on out. I'll explain why right after this. And then October 2023, Sony notifies employees of a giant data breach. So, Reanimator, let me answer your question. You asked a fair question. I'll give you a fair answer. So, the question that Reanimator is asking is, I had to make an Xbox account to play Sea of Thieves on my PS5. Why is no one losing their shit over this? The reason is very simple. When you made a Sea of Thieves account, at the very beginning of Sea of Thieves, you had to make the Xbox account. When you played Helldivers for 3 months, you didn't need to link the accounts. That's why. So when you give someone a level, this is something I talked about during the entire debacle with Battlestate Games and their essentially forced renegotiation of how they wanted to treat players and put pay to win in their game. If you give customers a certain level of service and then you take stuff away, those customers will never be happy. Ever. And so this is an instance of that. When you played Sea of Thieves, you had to have an Xbox account from the very beginning that I played. So there you go. When people told that they were going to have to make one, though, is what I heard. Yeah, you were told in like the 7th page of the EULA, Reanimator. And you were also told in this little small area here. And also, though, to counter that, you were told in a very, very clear part of their own website, Reanimator, that signing in to a PSN is optional when playing a game on PC. So there's a bit of cross wires, my friend. And not only that, when Sony realized their mistake in having their legal verbiage on their own website saying this, they changed it. They literally tried to obfuscate, and they were caught in 4K. So this is from a few weeks ago, and this is from today. Essentially, players have noticed ahead of time for a potentially controversial issue, they're more likely to agree to it. Exactly, LZ. Exactly. If it's suddenly shoved on you and you're told you have less than a month to comply, that causes issues, especially if you've been playing the game totally fine for 3 months. There you go. So I hope that answers your question, Reanimator. If you're enjoying the good vibes and the very cogent responses to your fair question, please enjoy and drop a follow, join in on the conversation. We love to make new friends. So the next thing I want to bring up is the lovely Ardendai found the EULA, the actual EULA from previous and current. So apparently they changed their EULA as well. So where is this? Where is the change in the EULA? Let's see. This is updates. This is Central America. Do not purchase. What part am I looking at? Search for PSN. Can I control F? Shit. It's like a picture, so you can't really do it. Miscellaneous. Oh god. I don't know if I can sift through this, bro. Aren't I? Where is it? Have they refunded money yet? No, no one has had their money refunded, but I tell you what, Reanimator, if enough people ask for refunds, Sony will... I said this at the beginning. I said this at the very beginning, Reanimator. There is no possible way that Sony is not a weak company that will fold like a sack of cards, like a house of cards, if people are loud enough. So if people are loud enough, they'll listen. Okay, you read that. you read that shit. There's no PSN. So there's no mention of the old EOLA. There's no mention of a PSN on the old EOLA is what you're saying, Ardendai. And on this one, there is? Or what exactly am I looking for here, bro? Ah, so on, okay, I understand what you're saying. So on this, apparently, I don't have the time to read it all, but Ardendai said there's no mention of needing a PSN login at all on the EOLA for this, for the PlayStation games. On Steam's version of the PSN EOLA. Or sorry, Steam's version of the PlayStation EOLA. So that's pretty cool. And then here on this EOLA, which is the Helldivers 2 EOLA, there is no mention of requiring a PlayStation network. That's what you're saying. And this one I can confirm. If you control F, there's no form of of PSN. There we go. Yeah, so LZ, a lawyer, is saying that this aspect will have legal ramifications, or could have legal ramifications. Looking at the legal side of it, let's see what LZ's saying. I don't think they would face a lot of legal ramifications. Companies have a lot of leniency to make changes to their games. That's true. I think the issue will come up with respect to the large-scale player base that will suddenly find themselves unable. And that could have legal ramifications, yes. And also, I think the other thing is, LZ, even if they're not fully legally liable, like if we had a lawsuit and they would win, it doesn't matter. Because we don't have to legally win this. We just have to win this in the court of public opinion, and we have to win this in the court of their own pockets. So if their player base shrinks massively, and this is the reason why, they will change their opinion. This is something that they've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt for over 3 months. There's not been a PlayStation Network account necessary to play the game. That means it can be permanently not required as well. So we have precedents on our side. And Steam... Oh, okay, so Ardendai says Steam has officially refunded him an hour ago because he brought up the EULA. There you go. Yeah, Steam is very good about that. So Steam's like 2-hour window to refund is if you have no reason. It's like if you just want to refund it for whatever reason. But even if you're over 2 hours and you have like an official reason, like for example the EULA changes or whatever, all these things, you can still get your money refunded for what? Yeah, Ardendai had well over 100 hours. There you go. So yeah. That is something important to know, and officially, if you're watching this video, please know that. If you do feel strongly about this to the point that you want to get your Steam account refunded for Helldivers 2, Ardendai, a member of my community, has actually officially done that by bringing up on the refund page verbiage about the EULA. So you can do it. You can do it, and he had over 100 hours in the game. There you go. And LZ says, of course, the momentum may be enough to shift the tide. I'm curious if they will bend like EFT or whether they will stick their head in the sand. Yeah, I think they'll bend, LZ. It depends on the players. So here's I'll give you a sneak peek. If players stand their ground, brother, stand your ground. If they stand their ground and we keep seeing the negative ramifications on the Steam page, if we keep seeing people make videos, if we keep seeing the exact same level of outcry that BSG saw for Escape from Tarkov, which is another game with millions of players as a player base all over the world, similar-ish style situation, except, you know, that's not a, that's probably even a harder situation to get a refund from. Sony is a giant company, so that means they're more likely to bend when they get egg on their face. They're more likely to bend. Sony is more likely to bend. They're weaker because they're larger. They're weaker and more likely to bend because they also have to bend to Japanese laws, which Japanese consumer laws are much more stringent than US laws. So LZ and I are thinking about this from US law. So we probably have like a stronger even legal case in Japan than we have here, like all things considered. I didn't even think of that until just now. Now I don't know Japanese law, so anyone who is a specialist in Japanese law, if you someone in the comments are, if you're watching this video on YouTube. Also, by the way, if you do know anything about this, please leave a comment. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment, like the video if you do, and please know that this is a little bit of a different format than a lot of other YouTubers. I am recording this live on Twitch at CapCorgi. We're having a lot of fun, so join us in on the good times next time. At the moment you have 91 hours, and you bought it a month ago. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's actually really funny. Crazy Eye, you make up a really good point. So one thing that I think Sony has not realized is that the Helldivers community, because of and by virtue of the format of the game of Helldivers, it is players playing cooperatively fully the entire time. So right now, you have not right now, from the entirety of Helldivers, one of the reasons the Helldivers community is so cool is because they're extremely tight-knit. They discuss things all the time. They're extremely cooperative. Hell, we are all trying to share managed democracy. You know, it's like one of these weird situations where they created this incredibly tight-knit community. And now this incredibly tight-knit community is being fractured, and they're having to face a situation about the game they love together. And the voice right now against the situation is incredibly unified. Frankly, far more unified because of the format of the game. And I find that incredibly ironic. I find that and this is a good thing. But like you know, usually with a lot of video games and a lot of video game issues, you'll have giant fractures of the community. Some people believe one way, some people believe another way, and they'll start arguing and this and that. Very rarely do you have an extremely unified front like this. Like extremely rarely. It's either something that someone is doing extremely egregiously, as in, you know, BSG and Escape from Tarkov's situation last week. Or it's a situation like this, where the player base, through some other means, and in this case, the literal framework of the game, is already conditioned to be more cooperative and more communicative with each other. So, yeah, I find that particularly ironic and particularly funny. Okay, but the good thing is, we have some good memes as well, guys. We have some good memes. So, here's a particularly fun one. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the breaking of the bads. But here.
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. You could have shut your mouth, cooked, and made as much money as you ever needed. It was perfect. But no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego. You just had to be the man. If you'd done your job, known your place, we'd all be fine right now.
Yep. And I think this is very apt because, like, guys, straight up, this is a Sony issue. There was nothing wrong with Helldivers 2. Everyone was enjoying it. Everyone was playing it. The numbers were still at peak levels in the hundreds of thousands just on Steam. That's not PSN accounts. That's not PlayStation players. That's not people on Xbox. Just Steam was over 100,000 concurrent, which for 3 months in is insane, which is actually insanely high numbers. But yeah, Sony is a publisher, and a lot of times publishers will fuck over a game. And so yeah, I love this meme because of how accurate it is. And here's a little Helldivers version of it. We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. We had our ships. We had Super Earth. We had everything we needed, and it all ran like clockwork. You could have shut your mouth, kept the player base, and made as much money as you ever needed. It was perfect. But no, you just had to sever PC players. You and your PlayStation and your ego. You just had to be Sony. If you had just done your job, known your place, we'd all be killing bots and bugs right now. There you go. There you go. Oh yeah, crazy. I talked about that exactly. Inflating PSN numbers and pleasing shareholders is all they care about. Correct. And this is the problem with a lot of these publishing companies. This is a problem with a lot of these, you know, modern, you know how people rage about modern gaming? And I do this all the time. If you look at any of my rant videos, my rant is probably on one of the evils of modern gaming today. Whether it's Ubisoft, whether it's, you know, the firings and massive layoffs that happened, whether it's, in this case, Sony. The list goes on and on. EA, yeah, EA is a big one. And the list goes on and on and on. It's a lot of times companies will make boneheaded decisions to only please their shareholders. There's a little verbiage that us YouTubers like to use. If line goes up, that is all they care about. All they cared about was PSN line going up. That's it. That is literally it. And Caveman Crafting, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Corgi crew. It's a pleasure to have you in here. Dude, investors. Oh, dude, I completely agree. It's Caveman. I would actually posit that it's not likely. It's 100%. It's 100%. Caveman, I want you to know, and by the way, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you in here. You mentioned that you're put in your refund request. I don't know if you're able to edit your refund request, because we have a wonderful member of this community who's been extremely vocal. And no worries, LZ. Enjoy with Gold. Lots of love to you in Gold. What are you guys watching? Have a ton of fun, and we'll be here all night with lots of fun stuff. Do not worry, my friend. Have a lovely Friday. We love you tons, and thank you for your input. Your legal input, especially you in Gold, it means a lot because, you know, I'm not a lawyer. I know, you know, some versions of business law and, like, you know, some important things with that. That's why I'm able to give my 2 cents. But it's, like, more of a practical knowledge, and you have actual, like, you know, real knowledge, which is always cool. Doctor Who, enjoy the Doctor Who. We love you, my friend. So Caveman Crafting, the lovely Arden Dye in chat, he was 100-hour plus player on Steam, and because he mentioned the EULA in the discussion, in the reasoning why of the refund, he was able to get his refund. So I just wanted to make sure you knew that. So I don't know if you're able to edit your little, like, reasoning or whatever, but if you didn't mention the EULA, mentioning the EULA will absolutely basically guarantee that you get your refund. Because Steam doesn't fuck around with that. If you give them, like, a legal reason and stuff, yeah, you did. You mentioned EULA in terms of service. Perfect. You'll probably get your refund then. Because, you know, the lovely Arden Dye, like I said, 100-hour plus player was able to get it. So, yeah, just want to make that, you know, very loud. I will not be doing my own refund, by the way, guys. I want you to know. Because, first of all, I haven't been able to even play the game. And second of all, I want to be able to see how this shakes out. I want to be able to log into the game and see if their verbiage in the game changes and stuff. So if I need to, you know, do my refund later or whatever, I'll do it. But, like, for now, I'm not doing my refund. I just want to let you guys know what I will be doing in the future. Will I be playing the game? I mean, we'll see how it shakes out. Honestly, I want to make them bend. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm, you know, informing you guys. I'll continue to make videos about this whenever there are any updates. We'll continue to discuss it, and we'll continue to meme the absolute piss out of Sony. Guys, I want you to know, this is Darth Vader. Obviously. This is Sony right here. Darth Vader is cool, Sony's not. I am altering the deal. Pray that I do not alter it any further. This is what Sony is trying to act like, and they're trying to think that they can get away with this. However, by the way, guys, the reason Sony thought they could get away with this is because they're used to dealing with PlayStation players who literally take it up the ass by Sony's bullshit on the regular. I would know. I have a PS5. I've taken it up the ass by Sony. Everyone who has a PS5 has taken it up the ass by Sony. Everyone who's paid for Final Fantasy VII Remake, think it was the entire game, and it was not 1/3 of the game, has taken it up the ass by Sony. Anyone who's played any Sony game expecting, you know, when a PS5 comes out, it'll have, like, a massive amount of games that are first-party games and stuff, and it doesn't. We've all taken it up the ass by Sony. However, what they're not used to is the fact that that PC players often do not like to take it up the ass. And so when a PC player is told to do something like this, it's like a Stonewall Jackson situation right there, man. They do not want to do it. We do not want to do it as PC players. This is just the PC population, my friends. You know, I don't know if you heard the term PC master race. We have an ego. Like, PC players have an ego.
that ego works against us a lot of times. A lot of PC players can be very stubborn, very idiotic, in many, many ways. However, where it does come in handy is a situation like this, where, PlayStation and Sony will be like, bend the knee, and we're like, no, you bend. And this is how PC players are. This is how we've always been, my friends. This is how we have always been. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else anyone wants to add to this situation? I think that pretty much covers the entire situation. But yeah, this is the situation today. And honestly, I really do feel bad for Piestedt. I really do feel bad for the Arrowhead team as a whole. I feel bad for the random devs that have worked so hard on the game. I feel so bad for, the people who play this game. And like you, like me, we've been enjoying the game for 3 months. We've been playing it like crazy. We've been having a lot of fun with our friends. And all of a sudden, we're not able to do that. Even if it worked, like for me, I have a PlayStation PSN account. I could connect it to Steam really easily. I haven't done so because I don't want to. And I still don't want to. Will I do it in the future? I'm going to try my hardest not to. I'm going to wait as long as I possibly can. And if they force it at the very end, if they do not bend, if Sony does not bend, which I think is extremely unlikely, I'll probably refund the game at that point. And, I'll have had my fun with it, and I'll just get my money back. Arrowhead doesn't really deserve that, but Sony absolutely does. And I will always give you the no bullshit response. I will always give you the full memeage and extremely real discussion here at CapCorg and the Corgi crew, my friends. So enjoy. And Caveman Crafting Society, my friend. I don't know if you guys are in the Discord, but definitely hop in the Discord. And if you guys like discussions like this, give a quick follow to the YouTube, my friends. I'm on the road to 1,000 follows on YouTube. I work very hard on every video. I put up a new video every single morning on the YouTube. I've not actually missed an entire an upload in any way, shape, or form for the past almost 2 months. 2 months of daily uploads. And before then, it was like every other day. So still pretty good. Still pretty high rate. But yeah, for the past 2 months, it's been every single day, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. You legitimately read... So Ardendai says, he legitimately read the user agreements for everything that has online capabilities. Okay, what'd you find, brother? The new Sony PS EULA added verbiage like Ubisoft, where they said you don't own the game you purchase, and we can revoke your access to said purchase. Yeah, this is actually common verbiage on Nintendo games and every other game as well, unfortunately now. Which is, yeah, it sucks that they added it, but that is very, very true. And they do this for a lot of games now. It's kind of like standard verbiage. I'm willing to bet if Sony doesn't backtrack, they're going to ban those who don't sign up for the PSN. They could, yes. Sony has banned people for less. So yeah, they could absolutely do this. Sony loves retaliating. I mean, when I buy a game, when you buy any game, you read that shit on the regular? Dude, man, you have far more patience than I do. I'll read it afterwards if something like this comes up, but I never read it at the time. Like that shit, holy crap, that shit is dense. Yeah, I give you massive credit for that, brother. I appreciate you doing that because that means I don't have to read it. If buying isn't owning, yarharing isn't a crime. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a yeah, exactly. Look, if buying isn't owning, according to a lot of these game companies, pirating isn't a crime. I'll just say it. I don't care about saying it. I'll just say it. Yeah. And Bowl of Beats, by the way, welcome, my friend. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. But why isn't it yours when you buy a game? Because what they're trying to do is say because you're buying digital access, you're buying digital access to a game. You're buying essentially what amounts to a subscription for that instance of playing the game, that singular game, as opposed to, buying a physical copy. It's really dumb, and it's something that's not really been argued in court yet. But at some point, it will be argued in court. And I feel like they're on extremely just, knowing how other legalities work in my form of business, which is not video game related in any way, shape, or form. I work in, consulting, engineering, construction management business. But we have, analogs to this. And all of these things, this is very shaky ground. If someone is able to argue it, versus the extremely high-powered lawyers of Sony, I feel like they would lose. I don't know this for a fact, but I honestly feel like they have very shaky grounds. This dev has made my do not buy from list. I would say that Arrowhead, if they don't have Sony as a publisher, would be fine. Like, this is, again, Caveman Crafting. This is... The problem is Helldivers 2 is so big because Sony is their publisher. That's why they were allowed to get so much stuff from it. And, you know, be able to go in such a huge level and everything like that. Oh, dude, there's another thing. I forgot. Wait a second, guys. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Screenshot of options in Helldivers 2 for crossplay. I want you guys to know that you don't even need... I can't open Hell... I don't have Helldivers downloaded. Can someone do me a favor? Oh, maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Yeah. So crossplay is an option, by the way, guys, that doesn't even need to be on. So even if Sony said... here we go. We found it. Even if Sony said that... Which is erroneous.
Hey, guys, I'm here.
Welcome, Smiles. But if Sony tried to pull some bullshit to say that, by the way, if you guys are going to fight about this, we'll just turn crossplay off. Crossplay was never needed to be on anyways. And crossplay is on without having PSN accounts. So either way, Sony is incorrect here. Either way. You can either turn crossplay off. You can do this right now if you wanted. Easily. You could do this yesterday if you wanted. You could do it the day before. It doesn't matter. You could do this at the beginning if you wanted. And also, it wasn't even necessary then because it was temporarily optional, which means it could have been permanently optional. There you go. This is a live service game. We tend to forget that because it's a fun game. However, being live service secondary account is not a surprise. While this is true, Existential Nerd, this is a live service game. It still runs into the issue of, for 3 months. Hold on, why am I running out of tabs? Oh, God, hold on. Let me delete some tabs so I can go back to the discussion. I can't move the thingy? Wait, did I delete it? Maybe I deleted it. Hold on. So sorry. Deleted tab, there you go. There you go. And the lovely Mad Viking, how you doing, bro? It's so good to see you, the lovely Mad Viking. Welcome, welcome. We love you, we miss you. Hope you're doing amazingly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. By the way, Mad Viking King, how has life been for you, bro? Tell us all about it, my friend. Tell us all about it. Also, Mad Viking King, have you been playing Helldivers? We're discussing the implosion of Helldivers, recording a lovely YouTube video. Existential. So, the fact that this is live service... And the fact that a secondary account may not be generally a surprise, and we even technically knew about it, it still does not change two major things. First of all, previously, this account was temporarily optional. That means it could be permanently optional. For 3 months, we did not need an account. That means we should not need an account now. So anytime you change the level of service a person gets in any form of business, in any form of consumer relationship, when you take that service away or you make it lesser in any way, people ain't going to be happy. And they have a very strong right to be unhappy. And this is what is going on right now. And the other major issue is that they have dozens and dozens of countries where you can't make a PSN account. That's a big legal hurdle for them. And the other problem is they've had data breaches. The other problem is in their EOLA, they do not have any verbiage discussing needing a PSN in their own EOLA, as well as on the Helldivers 2 PC EOLA. So neither of these have requirements for PSN anywhere in their own end user license agreement. So those things make it a very, very shaky ground for Sony. And also the last thing is, even though they could legally fight this out in court and probably win, it doesn't matter. Because they don't have to legally win this. They just have to feel enough pressure in a consumer basis by all of us players to be feeling like they're ass streamed enough to change their mind. That's all we have to do. We have to just convince them to change their mind. That's it. And the lovely Mad Viking King, life challenges. We love you, buddy. Same here, my friend. Mad Viking King. Actually, Mad Viking King, I don't know if you knew, but my computer has been dead for literally over a month. So I've not been able to play anything but like retro and do a lot of just chatting recently and stuff. So we've been doing a lot of like really like light games, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, a lot of like, you know, very, very graphically easy games and stuff. But yeah, we've been missing all of the major, really, you know, interesting games that we were playing. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. It's good to see you, though, my friend. By the way, Mad Viking King, also just to let you know, we have been putting up a new YouTube video every single morning. So I don't know if you've been enjoying the YouTube, but that I've still been able to do. I still do the editing, even on a 9-year-old laptop, which is like 3 times longer of a process. But yeah, you've still been doing it. I feel your pain, bowl of beats. Oh, did it happen to you too? Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, excellent. Love you, Mad Viking. Thank you for the level of support, bro. Yeah, May the 4th be with you all. Exactly. Stay strong, by the way, guys. It is the 4th, May 4th. Stay strong in the face of the Sith. So don't worry, guys. The Force, the light side will prevail here. I feel like. Not advocate. I do believe the linking should be optional. Yeah, exactly. No, I know. Existential. You were just pointing it out. You're just pointing it out. I totally understand what you're saying, and that's why I'm like giving the discussion. I know you're not agreeing with them. I know you're just talking about what the issues would be against us. I fully understand that. You foresee the opposite issue coming from those who switch between console and PC, complaining that their saves and their progression not being cross-platform. Oh, dude, that's already the case. Existential nerd. They're requiring... Oh, dude, I didn't even talk about this, actually. Let's add that into here, guys. Here's the funny thing that you bring up, Existential Nerd. Did you know that there is no cross-progression between the PlayStation version of this game and the PC version of this game? So they're requiring the shit without actually giving us any of the good. If they allowed cross-progression... you know, at least they're giving some positive. If they gave us free skins or whatever for doing it, like a lot of other games do when they require like linking of accounts and stuff, that would be a different thing. But they don't even do that, Existential Nerd. If you link your account on PlayStation to Steam right now, this was stated by several people in like the main discussions about this. I don't know if I can find them, but yeah, you could probably find them. People have already said that they do not have cross progression. I don't have the game on PlayStation, so I can't really state it, you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt. But that's what people have said already. Yeah, that's completely stupid. Exactly. That shows, Existential, just how stupid Sony's position is and how little they talked about it. Or not talked about it. How little they figured this out. They've not figured any of this out. Yeah, exactly. Your laptop's power bank got cooked, so it stops working. Oh, no. Dude, that's brutal. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Bowl of beats, that is rough, bro. Yeah, for me, it's the motherboard. The motherboard completely shorted out. Just completely, it's just not working. So, yeah. As a result, it's a bad situation. It's for band capability. No, Shot Gaming, I want you to know that so their reasoning here is completely obfuscation and bullshit. They can say that. They're legally allowed to say it. But I want you to know, Shot Gaming, I've been around gaming since I was literally 2 years old. I am an old man. They're lying. They're literally lying. Yeah, we can already ban Steam accounts. And, you know, there's already other bans and stuff. This is their reasoning that they're trying to use to give themselves a big defense on why they're forcing people into the situation. But they lying. It doesn't mean anything. I just want you to know. They're just saying this to make you feel manipulated into listening. That is the only reason that they're saying this. They're trying to make it seem like they're on a stronger ground to force you to make a PSN account. It's all bullshit. Yeah. You bring up a good point. This is something that they're saying, and it is something I should address, and I am addressing here. But they are completely incorrect on this. But yeah, Shot Gaming, welcome to stream, buddy. We've been talking about this for the past hour and a half. And it's going to be going up on our YouTube as well. Loads of discussion on there, and this will be no different. We'll definitely put it up there. I know Microsoft and Nintendo aren't your friends and are in the business of video games, but fuck me, is Sony shady as fuck? Yeah, every company does shady shit, Existential Nerd, which is why it's like really important to always discuss openly what every single company does incorrectly as soon as they do it. There's no like universal like, this company does nothing wrong. Every single company does bad shit. Nintendo does a lot of shady shit, man. Dude, if you make a video about something stupid Nintendo does, they'll probably DMCA you. Like, they DMCA people all the time. They try to get rid of people's information all the time. They try to get rid of, fans making fan-made modes and stuff of their games all the time. And even stuff that is completely unmonetized, especially unmonetized. Yeah, they can do this completely terribly. You've been gaming since Atari. How long you've been gaming isn't really the point. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of companies do this. I'm just giving you that. PlayStation mods cannot engage Steam accounts, but they can ban the PSN accounts, which by proxy will ban the associated Steam account. Here's a phrase I have for you, bro. What does that have to do with the price of eggs? That has no bearing on the conversation, though. So if PlayStation mods want to ban Steam accounts, they shouldn't have power to ban Steam accounts anyways. Fuck them. Why even give them the power to do so? We're on Steam. We're not on PSN for a reason. And how have they managed it for 3 months so easily with it being a temporarily optional thing? And all of a sudden they're trying to make this optional. Dude, the reason this is a lie is because PlayStation is only doing this for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. Reason number 1, which is the main reason, is they want their number of PlayStation Network members to go up. Line go up, shareholders happy. That is all Sony cares about. Reason number 2 they're doing this is because anyone who has a PSN account is a percentage more likely to go to the PlayStation Store and a percentage more likely to perhaps buy something on the PlayStation Store. Right now, the majority of players who play this game are not on PlayStation account, and they're not on PlayStation at all. They're playing through PC, and they want some of that pie. That's why they want this. That is the only reason. It's only because of money, and it's only because of shareholders. No other reason. And it's all bullshit. Everything else, every other reason, they might have a bearing to try to say that these are the other reasons that they're doing this, but it's all bullshit, bro. It's all about money. It's all about money. PSN members make them no money unless they're going to sub or use a storefront. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But if you try to make them a PSN member, they have a chance to use a storefront or a chance to sub. This is a manipulation tactic every single game uses. And you can see this literally by showing any different game store for any games as a service. Diablo 4 is an example. League of Legends is an example. Even very non-egregiously done ones are examples of this. Where when you have a games as a service storefront of any kind, a lot of times, and by a lot of times, I mean literally 99% of the time, if not 100% of the time, there will be a random positive skin, a free emote, or whatever, which will bring you to the storefront. And the reason they do that is because it costs them nothing or barely anything to make whatever skin or emote or whatever that they're giving away for free. And it brings you to the storefront. And there's literally GDC discussions, which is Game Dev Conference, discussions by various video game developers that do this on purpose because they've shown the numbers, the percentages of people that when they're forced to go to or manipulated into going to the storefront, they're 8% more likely to buy something on the storefront. It's like, I don't know the exact percentage. You can look up the GDC conference if you want yourself. But this is a literal, extremely well-known thing. So yeah, it is for that exact reason. And Flavortown buddy, welcome my friend. We're discussing the managed democracy right now. By the way, guys, a lot of people in chat, the Key9 members of chat have noticed, all of you wonderful friends, that when you are here and we hit 40 concurrent viewers, we start a giveaway in this channel. So everyone who's enjoying the good vibes, if you're following the stream, you can type into chat !join to join the giveaway. It is a completely free and variety giveaway. All you need to do is be following the stream And then whoever wins the giveaway at the end will give me 3 of their favorite game genres, any 3. And I will find an awesome video game on Steam, because it's all Steam keys, that fulfills one or more of your favorite game genres without it being a game that you currently own. Because that way, every single person who wins the giveaway will make sure you get something you like. I'll give you the name of the game. I'll give you a little description. You can feel free to look it up. And there you go. If you like it, it's yours. If not, I keep looking until we find something you like. There you go, guys. There you go. Drake, how you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. We're having a lovely discussion. There we go. So what is the discussion going on? Let us see. PSN members make them no money. Already read that. Discussed that. Did we already cover the fact that the option to ban in-game HD2 does not work unless the person is typed in the chat bar? No, I didn't know about that, but I don't really feel like it has any bearing. What Skullbird, what bearing does that have on this, out of curiosity? Like, I'm not saying it doesn't, I'm just saying I don't know it. Okay, Existential says PlayStation has been reluctantly bringing their first and second party games to PC lately. Yeah, it's because their sales on PlayStation are lagging like giga hard, and they want to make more money. That's why. That should tell So it's so funny because they're being forced essentially to bring their PlayStation exclusives like The Last of Us, like Spider-Man, like all of their other Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7, all these games that they want to be exclusive on PlayStation. They're forced to bring it to PC markets because PC markets are larger and PC markets are a huge market that they want to reach and be able to sell their games to. And what they should have learned from this is that console exclusivity, when it's super egregious, is idiotic. Instead, what they learned, or what they think they've learned, is that they want to make a way to force PC players to come to PlayStation, which frankly will never happen. And we're seeing this now. This is a game, this is their best shot to do so, because everyone loves Helldivers 2. And even with Helldivers 2 and leveraging the access to Helldivers 2, PC players and players as a whole, a lot of PlayStation players are pissed off about this as well. And they're all calling this, a lot of them are calling this bullshit as well. Because guess what? If they have less players playing Helldivers 2, if they have 1/8 of their player base not even able to sign up for a PSN account because 1/8 of their player base is in one of these countries, which is a lot of countries, as you can see. This is legit shit. You can look it up. You don't have to take my word for it. Any one of these players is 1/8 of the total people that have Helldivers live in one of these countries. Any of these people are no longer going to be able to help PlayStation members fight the Terminids and fight the bugs. And as the robots, the robots and the bugs, whatever. And as a result, their major orders are gonna fail. So PlayStation people are fucking pissed off at this shit too, man. It's really funny. It's really ironic. They have to bow to Steam, Epic, and whoever else sells their games, though. Using PSN helps them maintain a level of control. Statistical information they can make further decisions on releases to PC. I think they're just taking the wrong learning moment from this existential nerd. You're tempted. So Minta says you're tempted by Warframe and Fallout 76 microtransactions all the time. You ignore the temptation, but it's always there, and it's because of this phenomenon I was telling you about, where they give you free shit to go to their storefront, and then you're more likely, just psychologically, by a large percentage point, to buy their shit. Exactly. That's exactly why they do it. Shock Gaming says money increases stocks and it's all a non-issue because this outrage is really just hypocrisy when everyone's okay with making a Microsoft account, play Sea of Thieves, Blizzard EU, 20 other random ass accounts. Shock, I pointed this out earlier and I'll point it out again, my friend, if you're still here. Those games you could not play for 3 months without the connecting of accounts. You had to do that at the very beginning. This is the only game where you've had to, after 3 months, make the account. If you have a level of service, and I've said this many times before in this discussion, happily say it again. If you've had a level of service given to anyone in any situation, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's me working my consulting business in my day-to-day, that's what I do in my day-to-day job, and I give them a level of service, and I take a portion of it away, or I lock it behind a paywall, or I do something to fuck with them, no one is going to be happy as a customer. So yeah, it's all bullshit. The lovely Lana, there we go. Gamers are being a bit dramatic. Gamers are dramatic. We play video games. We love drama. This is by nature of what we are. And the thing is, like I said earlier, one of the reasons Sony does this all the time is they're used to Sony players. And Sony players take it up the ass by Sony on the regular. However, right now they're dealing with PC players. And PC players like to take it up the ass far less. We still take it up the ass sometimes. I mean, PC players have taken it up the ass many times. But we take it up the ass far less. And, yeah, and also, yeah, like Existential said, it's pointless as well because this benefits the user in zero ways. Yeah. I haven't been paying attention, bear with you. It seems like it's a way of saying, hey, join PSN to keep playing this thing you love. Yes, that's exactly what they're trying to force, Ryan. And yeah, admire Xbox's public-facing attitude towards gaming. Console is great, but if you can play their games anywhere, that's just more money. Yes. So basically, Xbox learned the lesson correctly. Where Xbox figured out that they're losing the console race. They're not making money on Xbox much at all. They were selling Xboxes from the beginning of Xbox at pretty much a loss at almost every period of Xbox consoles. And they knew this going in. They didn't really care because they made money on both ends. They were the publisher for a lot of their games. And they had relationships with a lot of the games that make games for their consoles. So they took it one step further. Essentially, they stated that if we can't make money on the console, and we're essentially selling the console at a loss on almost all the time that we've had this consoles, all these consoles, every version of the console, we're going to make money on the game side. And so they made all of their games available on PC, and they made Xbox Game Pass. They're essentially selling the games as opposed to selling the consoles. That is exactly what they learned, and they learned the correct lesson, and that's why Microsoft makes boatloads of money on all of the games that they sell, both via their singular selling of the games and by selling Xbox Game Pass. Correct. That's just math. Crazy Eye, my friend. I hope you had a lot of fun. Favorite Steam review is something along those. Sony has been captured by communist scum. Help is required. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Shock Gaming says, I mean, I have a Microsoft account, but I've never bought anything from the MS store. Yes, just because it doesn't work on you or me doesn't mean this is not why they do it. This is why they do it. It works on other people. They do this because it is a giant. Maybe I'll look for the talk. Shock Game, if you enjoy the vibes and you enjoy the open discussion, I don't mind people disagreeing with me, my friend. I love discussing things. As long as you're respectful, I do not mind disagreement in any way, shape, or form. I welcome it. So if you enjoy this kind of open discussion, drop a follow. And welcome to Corey Crew. We love to talk. We love to have a good time. One of the things I will say is that GDC conference that I'm referencing, I'll try to find it. It'll probably be a little bit hard for me to find over the next couple of weeks, but I'll try to find it. And if I do, I'll have a discussion about it, because knowing what these game developers think is extremely, extremely important for knowing how they monetize and why they do it. And like I said, while it doesn't work on you or me, because I don't spend money on microtransactions ever, it works on a lot of people, and they do it for that reason. If it didn't work, they wouldn't do it. You have an Ubisoft account, never bought anything from the Ubisoft store, you're equating this to sales is weird? No, it's not weird, because if you listen to what I'm saying, I'm extremely, extremely clearly stating, even with substantiation, why this is the way it is. Now, you can say that it doesn't work on you. That's totally fine. But you can't say this is not why they do it. They do it to make money. There's no reason for them to do it if it's not to make money. Platform biases, dude. There's no biases, bro. I'm a PC player and I literally have a PlayStation. I do not even have an Xbox Game Pass. I do not even have an Xbox. I am just stating facts. If anything, I'm more of a PS Andy than I am an Xbox Andy, bro. Like I'm a PC player more than anything. But I have a PlayStation 5 right there. I have a Nintendo Switch. I don't have an Xbox. If you're accusing me of biases, you're doing it in the wrong way. Like, it's literally the opposite, brother. And yeah, I think you got to keep it respectful, because if you think that you can try to disagree with someone and then blame biases and be completely misinformed when you do so, just know this is not going to help your position, man. Like, it's the exact opposite here, bro.
All I care about is good, equitable gaming practices for anyone. Anyone who pulls bullshit, whether it's Nintendo, PlayStation, EA, Ubisoft, even if it's companies I love. Battlestate Games just had a major snafu last week. I called them out with like 7 fucking videos, man. And it was crazy the amount of outcry they had. Guess what? They bent the knee. Anytime any game company does some bullshit, I'll call it out. You get no bullshit from me, man. I will give you the straight facts every single time. And it'll always be authentic. Signed their own console funeral when they started Game Pass. Yeah, I mean, Steel Zipper, they were already losing money on the consoles, and they knew it. They were losing money every single year. The knowledge is extremely public. Their financials are extremely public. Xbox is a huge company. However, they basically stated that they give up on the console war when they made Game Pass, and they knew they were doing it. They did it on purpose. Exactly. Game Pass is what's keeping the console alive. Also true. It's a symbiotic relationship, but yeah. Regarding ban capability being a reason, there's no actual way to report in game. You can only ban people from your lobbies. Okay. I just don't think it has really much bearing, though. So I just do PC, PS5, but I kind of roll my eyes at the most PC community, the way it postures themselves. Shock, why is that, out of curiosity? Why do you roll your eyes at the PC community? What is it about it? Genuinely curious, bro. Phil Spencer and Steam make it happen. We'll have Steam on Xbox sooner or later. We already have Xbox games for that reason. Extension Nerd. Yeah, exactly. Dude, there is nothing that Xbox loves more than making connections with giant companies to be able to bring more games to Xbox Game Pass. That's why they have so many third-party, extremely small indie titles on Xbox Game Pass. That is exactly why. Correct. It works on you don't ever believe you're immune. That's how they get you. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying I'm immune. I'm just saying I haven't fallen for it yet, Ryan. Actually, that's not true. On my first account of League of Legends, I spent like $1,000 on their fucking skins. That is true. I don't spend any money anymore on microtransaction. I'll say that. Not anymore. Cap doesn't need an Xbox. He needs a new PC. True. He's a troll. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, I think he's arguing to argue. Like, dude, I noticed a lot of things. In Shock Gaming, you feel free to prove me wrong. But all I'm saying is that anyone who ever tries to bring up, oh, you're biased and that's why you think this way, and they're factually incorrect, they're doing so because they're projecting. Anyone who ever says that usually has their own bias, and that's why they say it. Walmart does the impulse buy section for registers for this exact reason. Exactly, yes. It's all, dude, it's all extremely well-known marketing business practices to try to get you spend more money. People do this on storefronts. People do this it's extremely popular online. The buy it again section on Amazon, similar. You know, all these types of things is extremely, extremely much the same way. And Kraken Crotch, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to stream. It's so good to see you, my friend. So good to see you. Yeah, exactly. The Kraken Crotch. I brought up earlier the amount, where is it? Yeah, the amount of data breaches Sony has had and the extent of them. Sony leaks like a sieve, bro. They get hacked all the goddamn time. Probably far more than, I would say, almost every other gaming company. Maybe even combined. I don't know about the numbers. But they get hacked a lot. Dude, your personal information is not safe on Sony. And I say this as someone who has my personal information on Sony. I have to be wary of that every fucking day. Ryan, what is that link? I can't click it. Zongo, open this up. Oh, all right, hold on. Crows and Lions, my best friend. I have to open this link, but don't click it. I'm going to click it on the side, see what it is. Oh, this is a book. Wow, this is much better than I expected. Okay, Ryan, what is this book? What is this book? It's about this whole thing? Oh, perfect. I love reading, so yeah, I'll check it out. Unironic W from Ryan actually sending me a link. Open up the read more. Okay. Engaging a reader in a lively conversation about how we think. Kahneman reveals where we can and cannot trust our intuitions and how we can tap into the benefits of slow thinking. Yeah, this is very true, dude. I think this is really cool. Yeah, I will actually unironically buy this. I'm gonna buy it on paperback so I can read it. I haven't read an actual physical book in a long time. Unironically, I love learning about this shit. Thank you, man.
Ryan usually sends links to troll me. He like sends me like a dog with a gaping asshole or something. That's why I never open his shit on stream. This man lives to troll me. We didn't need it for the last 15 publisher platforms either. Pandora's box was opened years ago. It's a bit late to act like there's a bridge too far. No, that's false thinking, dude. That's false thinking. Anytime there's a bridge too far, it's a bridge too far. Dude, there's a reason it's called the straw that broke the camel's back. This is completely false. Why the PC community flexes? It isn't the community PC gamers entirely. It's the ones that spend over 4K on the rig trying to justify a 500 console with good enough graphics. Oh yeah, PC, dude. Every single console, every single player of any game will have their community of bad eggs. Existential. I'm not saying PC players are immune to this, dude. There's a lot of like assholes in the PC community. I would never say otherwise. I would never say otherwise. However, let's admit that when a console forces a dev to make a game optimized as hell to work and PC side benefits from it, I see no downside. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. That's why milk and eggs are the way back in the store. Yeah, exactly. It forces you to go through all the aisles to get to the back of the store. Correct. Minta, you made a cute cake. Ooh. Minta, send us the cute cake. Don't trust Sony with my fucking info. True, diddles. Me neither, but I still made one. Okay, the graphic that shows one compromise when it comes to PSN. Sony International Entertainment and Sony Movies are not the same entity. Yeah, it just shows how much Sony leaks like a sieve, bro. But I ain't worried about it. That's fine. You don't have to be worried. We can be worried. Google any other company data breach and you'll get a hit. Yes, but Sony has gotten hit a lot. They have a major issue with their security, bro. And acting like this and this is not a major issue and illustrative of how badly they get hit by hackers is just intellectually dishonest, bro. It's just intellectually dishonest. Thinking fast is the impulse buy, the lower barrier. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. Exactly. It's all about lowering the barrier of entry. This is why, like, when they added Vanguard to League of Legends to increase the barrier of entry for cheaters, a lot of people who were upset about needing to download Vanguard, needing to run Vanguard when they run League of Legends, were saying, hey, there are still cheaters in Valorant. Why do I even have to do this? And it's because there's less cheaters. If you increase the barrier of entry for cheaters, it still helps the situation. No situation is perfect, but increases the barrier. Exactly correct in the reverse as well. Natsui, my friend, it's so good to see you, my friend. Happy evening. Welcome to the Corey Crew. You're discontinuing. Hey, Bile Titan, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Corey Crew. I'm reading your chat right now. Sorry, I was going through in order about all the discussion. We've been discussing this for the past 2 hours, bro. Welcome, my friend. And he says, let's read it. I'm discontinuing my service to Helldivers 2 due to this new requirement. I left a bad review. No way I'm having my data leak. I agree with you, man. And I want you to know, if you also wanted to actually get your game refunded, put the reason as the EULA. A member of our community, Ardendai, who's actually right under you. I don't know if he's going to say it, though. I said it earlier. He's 100-hour or higher. He said some number. I think it was over 100 hour player. And because he stated the EULA is the reason for the refund, he got his refund. So if you wanted your money back, you can get it back. I just want to let you know, bro. But either way, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Corey Crew. We're having a lovely discussion in here. If you enjoy the good vibes, drop a follow. Welcome to the Corey Crew, my friend. I like your name. I like your name, buddy. Pleasure to meet you. Those are just big ones. There's many more leaks. Oh yeah, Ardendai. I know. Dude, this list is not exhaustive. There's a lot more leaks. Yeah. Exactly. With no barrier, ends up like TF2 public lobbies flooded by bots and hackers galore. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Existential is saying something here. I'm going to say this and leave it be. People that have more information out there are those that say things I know for a fact. If you have ever done anything with your personal information over the internet, who cares who leaks it? Oh, I don't know about that, man. That's like saying, like, if I know I'm going to get robbed at some point, I might as well go into, like, the worst area possible. Go to the depths of Baltimore. It's still not good to, like, increase your chances. I don't think that's, I don't think that's exactly really worth it. knowing that a company does, that's not what you, yeah, exactly. Knowing that a company is particularly prone to hacking is a really good reason to not give that company your personal information. Yeah, can't have shit in Detroit. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, what movie was that from, Skullbird? I know it's from a comedy movie, but I can't remember what it was from. Oh my god, it's a thing. Oh my lord, I can't remember what it's from. Just came in. Topic was a bit baity. It's not baity. Dude, there's no bait. I talked about it openly for 2 hours. So, my friend, if you are going to cry about, you know, feeling like you're getting insulted, you have slung 3 separate types of insults, trying to state that I'm doing something that, you know, either I'm being biased or baity, or I forgot what the third one was. But, dude, Sony is killing Helldivers? Do you think they're not? Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where's that chart? Where the fuck is the chart? Sorry, I don't know how Steam works. Ah, here it is. Here it is. You don't think this is killing Helldivers right now? Let the player count? Dude, in this community, Shock, in just this community, 5 people have returned Helldivers successfully. 5 major players. Just in this very small community. That number will only grow. In every community. That doesn't mean that there's only 5 people doing it. There's people everywhere doing it. We don't care about the ratings, we care about how much money. Yeah, exactly. Dude, when Helldivers and Sony lose money from this, that's what makes them change their tune. There is no bait here, bro. It's just facts. And I will keep doing updates, by the way, Shock Gaming, about this. Zero bait. I'm giving you the straight up facts, brother. You may not like the facts. You may want to hide your head in the sand with the facts. You may want to sling arrows like a little bitch when you don't want to listen to the facts. But my friend, that doesn't change the facts. I'm sorry. There you go. Believe that, my friend. Believe that. If you don't like hearing that, my friend, there's always the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out, man. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't talking to talk for 2 fucking hours. Yeah, exactly. I didn't prepare this talk for several hours for some stupid dude to act like, because it's information that he doesn't want to hear because he's a Sony fanboy, to act like it's some kind of like bait or something. Yeah, dude. No. You either change your tune or you can get out of here. It's up to you, man. It's up to you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, man. Like, dude, like I said, Existential, there's fanboys that act like idiots for every single community. There's fanboys who act like idiots in Escape from Tarkov. There's Nintendo fanboys that are psychotic. Pokemon fanboys are, crazy. PC fanboys are particularly bad sometimes. Sony fanboys are as well. Everyone can be. Everyone can be. May 9th drops a new war bond, Shock says. It'll tick back up, I'm sure. We'll see, man. Dude, like I said, Shock Gaming, I give it to you straight, man. If I'm wrong and Sony stands their ground and all the players come back, I'll report it like it is. I don't think that's the case. I know past as precedents. I've seen these types of things happen before, but I will report whatever happens, whether it is something I agree with or disagree with. If it's something I disagree with, I'll rage about it and I'll discuss it. But, you know, like, you'll see that you'll see what my opinion is on it, but I'm not going to pretend it doesn't happen. Okay, Mage sent a chart. Let's see this chart. I'm not saying it can't be proven wrong. That's good. Because if you did, I wouldn't like it. So I'm glad you can say you can be proven wrong. We'll see how it goes. I'm a big believer in... Oh. Okay, well, this is like the long term. This makes sense because it's a live service game. I mean, this always goes down. What is today? Is there a way to filter by today? 48 hours. Let's do that. I mean, I guess in the past day, there has been a dip from 115,000 to 69. However, that could be just based on the time. So we won't really know the ramifications until tomorrow. Yeah, we won't really know until tomorrow. We'll see. I'll cover it, whatever it is. That's people sleeping? No, I know. Well, I mean, Ryan, it depends on how much the number goes back up. We don't know. That's what I'm saying. Because right now it's 4 a.m. It is sleepy time. For everyone else, that is normal, unlike us degens. But yeah, so when I look at that, I'll keep this tab open, and when the week tells a story, this news only came out yesterday, though. Yeah, I mean, I think this could be just like normal bleeding. Like the new war bond hadn't come out or anything. Number go up as POG, exactly. So yeah, I think it'll really determine on tomorrow. Thank you, Skullbird, buddy. It's always good to see you. Hope we'll see you soon, man. We're still here every single night. All the best to you and your family. We love you, Sinbad. It is always great to see you, and can't wait to see you again soon, bro. Take care, brother. Take care, my friend. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll cover it, whatever it is. Hey, man, will I farm this for views by stating the facts? Absolutely. So don't worry. I'm going to cover this no matter what, guys. We got to grow that YouTube, man. We got to grow that YouTube. We still have 400 follows to go to get monetized on YouTube. But I also love covering this gaming news, guys. Also look at the Twitch stats. Sure. Oh, the Twitch stats are probably much more egregious. What is it, TwitchDB? I think it's TwitchDB stats. It's not Twitch tracker. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is Twitch tracker. For games. There it is. We can look it up. I don't mind. Bum, 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 bum. Wow, it's no longer even in the top 20? Ah, that's sad. The game is good, man. Can I look up Helldivers? Let's see. Nose is itchy. So many people name themselves Helldivers, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so funny. Ooh. I mean, that's normal. Okay, yeah, so let's do 7 days. Yeah, we still haven't seen how much the number will go back up tomorrow. So we really don't know. Like, the dip hasn't even fully gone down yet. You know? I think what is anecdotally pretty interesting to note is that people are, at least even in our relatively not large community, already selling the game. And not selling, sorry, refunding the game, and many others are too. And so, but that's completely anecdotal. We won't really know the trend for a couple of days. This is how trends work. We really don't know the trend until the next couple of days. But yeah, it's still pretty cool to look at. Still 2 charts to pay attention to. Yes, and I'm gonna keep. I want you to know, Mage, you have basically forced me to open 2 new tabs that I have to keep up now. You are the problem, Mage. You are the reason I have so many tabs open today. See, chat, it's not my fault today. The number of tabs is officially not my fault today. There you go. It's all Mage Power's fault.